On this special edition of Lexington Now, the Legacy Trail is complete, the Firefighters Toy Drive and Daffodil Drift. I'm Neil Noah and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of October 12, 2020. It's been over a decade in the making, but the Legacy Trail is finally complete. We were there for the official dedication ceremony.
We're here today to cut a ribbon to officially open the final section of the Legacy Trail. Yay! Yes! Thomas is our cheerleader. Yes, you have. This part of the trail is located mainly in the 3rd and 4th Street areas. And we started planning the Legacy Trail in 2007. At that time, the council member here was Councilmember Andrea James, who's with us today. So she's been waiting a long time. And this all grew out of the All-Tech FEI World Equestrian Games. As we planned the festivities for the games, Lexington citizens decided they wanted what were called legacy projects. Projects Lexington could enjoy long after the games were gone. Flash forward to today, and we are cutting a ribbon to mark the completion of the 12-mile-long Legacy Trail, already the most popular trail in town.
How things are rooted is how they will grow, and Phase 3 of the Legacy Trail is truly rooted in community advocacy and engagement. With so many folks involved, we can't name them all. In groups like Leadership Lexington, the 06 class, the Isaac Murphy Memorial Art Garden Board, past and present, the University of Transylvania, the Fayette County Extension Office, the Second Sunday Group, and Bluegrass Community Foundation, and several others. The work of so many to ensure that this trail was inclusive of the East End neighborhood and MLK neighborhood is pivotal to telling the story of Lexington. This trail also incorporates the rich history of several downtown neighborhoods, and it has the power to share not only the stories of our past, but also to shape our future. The good thing is that our future isn't already written. We have the responsibility to create an inclusive future. One that gives everyone the opportunity to be successful. And I believe our charge at City Hall is to keep investing in this neighborhood and engaging the community at every level. One thing I learned quickly when I came into office is that if I wanted a meeting that was packed and full of passionate, opinionated people, is to call a public input meeting for the Legacy Trail. And no doubt, every time we called a meeting, several people showed up, attended. They shared their views and their concerns because this trail, this Phase 3 of the trail really impacted people in their daily lives. And it was hard and it was challenging to get it done. And it's not perfect. Some sacrifices were made on behalf of the residents and some sacrifices was made on behalf of the amenities of the trail. But I believe that this phase of the trail, even though it was the most challenging, I think this phase of the trail has the most opportunity. The most opportunity to bring people together, the most opportunity to build relationships. Thomas Tolliver, and thank you, Thomas, for creating the signs announcing this event. He's engaged at every facet of this neighborhood. Often says, like other residents, that this Legacy Trail is the welcome mat to the East End. The thing about a welcome mat is it welcomes people into normally your home. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that we protect this neighborhood and these residents' home.
I am really glad for many reasons for this. This is going to be for the quality of life in this area. Get out, enjoy it for your health. get out and go ride it and walk it for the businesses. Stop in here. This is economic development. But for my own personal satisfaction, I'm just so happy it's done. I've ridden hundreds of miles on this trail. Every time when people come in, I say, if you want to get out, go out and enjoy the Legacy Trail. It's a great opportunity to get out and get out and exercise and be out and doing things outside. And you never know who you might run in. One of my good friends showed up today, Bennett Halecki, who is a 10-time national champion cyclist. So you never know who might be on that road with you. But remember, it's a multi-use. So get out and walk, get out and run, get out and ride, enjoy it. We're very blessed to have it. I'm so glad that we're finishing up.
Creating public spaces that matter with a focus on the development of equitable green space is a priority for us at the Community Foundation. We believe that beyond creating great places to gather and play, civic assets like the Legacy Trail are key to nurturing civic engagement, equity, sustainability, and economic resiliency in Lexington, the East End, and across the Bluegrass. The Legacy Trail is a story of the power of partnership and collaboration.
1, 2, 3. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Will my goodness. Yay!
The Fraternal Order of Firefighters kicked off their annual toy drive this past week, and there have had to be several changes made to operations. Here are the details.
Good morning. It's not just an honor for me to be here today, but it's truly a pleasure. The fire service is all about tradition, and this 90-year-old tradition of helping families bring joy into their homes during the holiday season is a tradition I'm personally very proud of. We also have a tradition of service, and this program is an extension of that. The Fraternal Order of Firefighters, which, as we say, the FOF, is a nonprofit charitable arm of the Lexington Fire Department, and they allow us to serve the community in many other ways, not just through this toy program, but also through our Shop with a Firefighter program and by supporting our free smoke alarm program, or just to name a few. Today, I am very proud of these traditions and the service we provide.
90 years, you heard it. That is a long time for this great program, which has made sure that our community's children wake up Christmas morning to find gifts under the tree. It's an incredible record of service, and I congratulate all of our Division of Fire for this service, as well as the community partners. Last year, the toy program served more than 2,000 children. Think about that, 2,000 children. There's a lot of hard work involved in getting toys under the trees, but Lexington is home to hundreds of elves who help, firefighters who volunteer to run toy programs, and generous businesses. Thank you to the many firefighters who make this happen year after year. If there ever was a year that we need some Christmas magic, this is it. In their honor, it is my pleasure to donate a special toy fire engine to Chief Chilton, Todd Houston, and the FOFs.
Now on to some of the big changes. With all the restrictions from the COVID-19 pandemic and the way our program is structured, unfortunately we will not be able to take applications for toys this year. Instead, for the 2020 Christmas season, we will be partnering with the Salvation Army and their Angel Tree program.
This year, we have also implemented some changes to have no to low contact for our Angel Tree program. This year, everyone will be able to sign up for Angel Tree themselves online at home, and we have had around 750 people already signed up. So to sign up, you can go to saangeltree.org, and you just enter in all your own information about your family, your children, even entering in what their wishes are this year.
We'll still be collecting toys at all the fire stations starting Monday, October 26th. But since the fire stations are now closed to the public, we'll have brand new, never used Herbies from solid waste sitting out front. They'll be tagged toy drop-off bins. You'll be able to put the toys in drop-off bins, and then throughout the season we'll come by and we'll pick them up and get them back here to the North Pole. We ask that you place the new unwrapped toys in the bins and then we'll pull them in at night so nothing happens to them. You can also bring toys directly to us here at the North Pole during the business hours, which is at 3180 Richmond Road, the old Walmart building.
What is a gardening drift? We'll tell you when we come back. Welcome back to Lexington Now. What is a drift? It's a garden designed to closely follow growth patterns found in nature. A new drift was dedicated this past week in a ceremony at Wellington Park.
We have planted in 3 years over 3,000 daffodil bulbs beginning in 2017 to honor our first 3 community champions. And we credit Susan Dale, a founding member of AIB Lex, for coming up with the idea of planting a flower drift to honor recipients. We loved it. Our parks representative at the time, Kathy Mobley, suggested Wellington Park for this hillside's location because of its proximity to New Circle Road as well as the walking path and the dog parks. The middle, there's 3 different varieties here. In the middle was the first one planted, and those are Isabel's daffodils. To your far right is our Marcia's daffodils, and on the far left are Liz's daffodils. We feel like we have completed our task here. And so we're having discussions about where the next drift should go.
Well, welcome to the best kept secret in Lexington, the Wellington Park and the Women's Garden. It's a beautiful day and I welcome you here. And again, this is a wonderful event. In 1997, under the guidance of Vice Mayor Isabel Yates, I became a council member. My first task was to do a zone change with 500 acres, as you see here. Part of the development process was long and pretty arduous, but we had a lot of community volunteers and help. And when we asked the development company if we could have some land, they said, sure, you can have that 40 acres of scrub land here. So I said to Isabel, I said to Dolores Taramina and Joanne Bell, who are recognized here, Victoria Meyer, my walking buddy, I said, we've got some land here and we've got to do something with it. And look what we've done with it today because of women community volunteers. It's unbelievable.
We've got not only the garden, the first woman's garden in Lexington, we have the first woman's statue in Lexington here, and we have a beautiful dog park. And so I couldn't be prouder to represent this area.
We learned from the 2018 Parks Master Plan that our citizens wanted more naturalized space and beautiful park spaces to be involved in. We've learned during COVID that our parks and green spaces are more important to our community now more than ever. And we understand that time spent in our parks and in our green spaces improves our physical and our mental health.
Now that we consider this drift done, we feel like now is the time for us to move to another part of town. We are in discussion with the Parks Department and Councilmember James Brown about where that will be, but we can say with certainty that it will be in the 1st District.
And I'm excited about all the efforts of America in Bloom and what it means to our community to beautify areas. It's more than just aesthetics. I think if you help build pride and you help to create ownership and make people feel good about themselves and their community, it just shows in other ways. So I'm excited about hopefully the next daffodil drift being in the 1st District, hopefully in one of the neighborhoods that needs maybe more TLC than some of the other neighborhoods that we have in this city. So I'm excited about that and look forward to what's to come. So thank you.
This sign that we finally have is going to be here as an interpretive sign for folks walking through. And you will see that instead of putting what we thought was too much information, we put a QR code on it, which we hope works, that goes to our website where you can find out more information about our community champions, our Coneflower project, and other things. So I invite the mayor and the parks director to untie the ribbon and
The 3rd annual Tree Week is here, and there are plenty of tree-centric activities on the schedule. Arborist Heather Wilson explains.
We are in our 3rd year of Tree Week, and Tree Week is a celebration of trees and all the different ways that trees affect our lives, just in the everyday and the bigger picture as well. We weren't really sure it was going to happen in light of current circumstances, but thankfully we've been able to pull a great week together. The week for Tree Week this year is October 10th through October 17th. And it's full actually of all kinds of different events. We have virtual events as well as in-person events, and it really kind of runs the gamut to get people out and enjoying trees and nature in today's world. Even without our current situation, we would love for people to be out, but including now, it's really important to be outside and be healthy and be in and among trees and nature. This year we have events that range from online demonstrations on how to care for your trees to art projects, and then we also have a lot of in-person activities, including hikes and tree plantings and again, just demonstrations for how to care for trees and gardens. It's all over Lexington, and truly you can find some way to join in from wherever you are. 2018 was our first Tree Week, and it centered around a group of us really wanting people to think about trees and their natural, in the city around them. We had yoga with trees, the library had a gamut of events, about 30 different events just at the library themselves, including paintings and books and readings. And then we've had tree plantings and pruning demonstrations. We've had a number of hikes, including hikes at Flora Cliff and the Arboretum and the cemetery. Folks from UK join us, and folks from the city join us, and the Division of Forestry through the state. There's also a lot of private entities that are part of Tree Week, as well as some of the local nurseries have events. I know that Springhouse last year had an event where they did a tree walk through their gardens, and there will be yoga this year at Raven Run. Those are just some of the events that we've had in the past, and we'll have a lot of those again this year. It'll be a little bit different. We do ask that everybody follows the current CDC guidelines for keeping distances and limiting contact with others and wearing face masks. It should be a really great event. We have some plantings that we're doing. We're also encouraging people to plant on their own properties. Say you had a tree you wanted to plant this fall anyway. Previously, we tried to basically have everything in person. We encouraged big groups of people. We wanted participation out in the field, as we say. So last year, UK sponsored a great big mulching event at one of our parks in the north end of town. That's not happening this year because we just really couldn't figure out how to do that and keep everybody safe at the same time. UK does have other events they're doing, including some plantings, but those can be socially distanced. So really the biggest holdups is that the libraries mostly are not operating as they were, so they're not having a lot of those in-person events. We're not doing a big movie showing like we did last year because, again, it's really recommended to be in an enclosed building with that kind of a capacity. We're trying to keep the participation at each event a little bit smaller, so there's a little bit more this year of requesting for registration ahead of time, just so we can really keep track about who's together in an area. One thing we've had the past 2 years is the big tree climbing event that the International Society of Arboriculture sponsors. That's not happening in Lexington this year. I don't believe it's actually happening anywhere this year right now, so hopefully we'll be able to bring that back next year. That one's always a really big draw. Really the biggest changes is just smaller sizes, a lot more online and virtual kinds of participation. This year for Tree Week we are trying to honor Jake Gibbs a little bit for this experience. We did lose him this past year, and so we're doing some tree plantings in memorial of Jake. And there's a planting out on the Legacy Trail that will be part of Trees Lexington as a way to honor Jake, and they will do a signature tree there for him. There will also be one in Bell Court if anyone wants to go visit that tree to honor Jake as well. To be involved, you can contact us through the Urban Forest Initiative website. You can reach out to me, Heather Wilson, at hwilson@lexingtonky.gov. We are also still looking for people if you're interested in hosting an event. It's open to everyone, and so if there's an event that you would like to host, you think it's a great fit, please feel free to reach out, and there's an online form. You just fill out, give us the details, and we'll add your event to our calendar.
The event runs through this weekend. Most meetings at City Hall are running virtually, and we are bringing many of these meetings to you live. Check out our website for the most accurate and up-to-date coverage of city business. We continue to keep you up to date on how the city is handling the pandemic via our official COVID-19 response site, including test sites. Simply click on the banner at the top of our homepage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter @LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.